Welcome to the Fuller Tracy Monday Audio Commentary. This is Owen Tracy recording. It's 3:46 p.m. that is Central Time, and today is January 5th. Well, we certainly had a very exciting weekend, and the rendition of Nicolas Maduro and then his arraignment in New York today. It's certainly a first, and quite how the world is looking on this, I think, is rather interesting. We've had a lot of sensational headlines and people talking about a new world order. I think we could really frame it as perhaps just an iteration of global power politics, and not much has changed ever in that regard. Large countries will do what is in their interests. Or perhaps to rehash the comment that countries don't have friends, they have interests. Well, the simple fact of the matter is that Venezuela seems to be very close to the US southern border. So they're protecting their southern flank. At the same time, they want to ensure that there is plenty of supply of heavy oil for the refineries on the southern border, particularly in Texas and Louisiana. In many respects, those refineries were built to cater to the supply coming out of Venezuela. Now, when we think about the whole talk about the new Monroe Doctrine, well, this is something that President Trump has talked about, and then he also amplified his talk today about taking over Greenland. And that is all part of the wider conversation about the ambitions of Russia to control the Eurasian landmass, and for China to extend its reach into all of the countries that it wishes to export into and where it has significant mining interests. Well, what of course it represents is just a further iteration of the Great Game. And this is something that we have now got to contend with. The relative peace, where the surety, or at least the assumption of surety, that we were moving progressively towards cohesion in the global economy, that is now, I think, no longer realizable. And instead, we are looking at great power competition. And if this is anything like the first Cold War, well, then we're going to have relative peace between the great powers, where there will be then the competitive edge will be in third-party countries. We already see that in Ukraine. We potentially now see that in Venezuela. And then, of course, there are big questions about the Asia. Where will the flashpoints be between China and the rest of the world, or the developed world in Asia? Obviously, there are a lot of questions that are being asked about Taiwan. Well, I think that one of the clearest signals that we have here is